Good morning, YouTube friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm sitting here drinking my coffee, folks. My husband woke me up early this morning and said he had to go get his toenails cut. He goes up to the Veterans Hospital and they cut his toenails. Because he's a real sensitive person with his toenails. He thinks that they're going to cut his toes, and I keep telling him that they're professionals and they know what they're doing and everything, but his toes are sensitive, and he's just afraid somebody's going to cut him. I used to be a caregiver, folks. I worked in years ago, I worked in a place called Tender Touch. And I asked him if I could cut his toenails, and he won't even let me do it, folks. But when you get older, folks, you have to keep your toenails cut, because when you wear shoes that don't fit your feet right, they can cause your feet to have some problems, And you've seen the people that's got them crooked toenails and stuff like that, folks. Well, that's what causes it, because you're wearing shoes that's too tight or too small for your feet, and when you walk, it presses against your toenail and causes toenail trauma. And that's what happens, folks, with a lot of seniors. And there's a lot of seniors also that they are like my husband. They're scared to let people cut their toenails because of fear that the person that's cutting their toenails would hurt them. Well, I'm a real easygoing person when it comes to cutting toenails, folks, because I cut mine. I cut my own toenails. I keep them cut down, because if my toenails get long, I don't like the way they look. Because, I don't have the most beautiful feet, folks, so long toenails on my toes just don't look right. And his is like that too, folks. My husband has some real long, on his big toes, he has some real long toenails. But I went and invested in some of these like this, folks. I take these. This is a cuticle cutter, folks. But it's not like that other pair I got. These are just like, you have to control them with your hand. But they don't have a spring to them or anything. They're a real small pair. But I've got a pair over there that's got white handles on them, and they cut toenails. I'll get them and show them to you. I bought these one time, folks, a long time ago, and see, they're different from these. They have a springy feeling to them, but them things right there will cut your toenails. And speaking of toenails, yesterday Saber was getting my Pyrenees. She was getting her nails and her dew claws cut. And her doctor accidentally cut one of them to the quick, and it bled a little bit. But she's okay, folks. Her nails are okay today. And, yeah, I was just wanting to get on here and share this with you, folks. I personally don't wear closed-toed shoes in the summertime because your feet have to breathe. And if I wear closed-toed shoes, it makes me hotter when it's hot outside, folks. But I have to be a little bit careful, though, because where we live at, I have to walk all the way up the hill there to get to where my husband's at when we're getting ready to leave. And we have snakes here, so I have to be extra cautious about snakes and things like that. But, you know, I feel more comfortable when I've got things like flip-flops or something like that on, you know, because it lets my feet keep my body cool, folks. And also, I think in the summertime when you wear a lot of clothes, that makes you hot too. So, you know, I always try to dress up in a comfortable t-shirt or I have some gowns, you know, that look like t-shirts. I dress up in them so I can be comfortable. So, but I wanted to get on here and say hello to you all, see how you're doing, and hope that you're still enjoying the channel. It's going to be another hot day, folks, so be careful out in the heat. But anyway, I don't know if I told y'all or not, but Saber checked out to be in good health, and she's doing fine. And she has completely decided that she's going to stay in the house. And what she does, folks, is if I get up to do anything and I go in the other room, she follows me. She'll follow me and she'll lay down in a certain position and wait for me to get done with whatever it is I'm wanting to get done. And then she'll get up and follow me back in here in the front room. But yesterday I asked the vet what made her jump Buddy that one day, and the vet said that she's doing that because she has the pack dog in her. That's just their nature, folks. They originated from pack dogs. And so she is dominating Buddy and telling him that she's the boss, but she gets very rough with him, folks. She had him down that one day when she jumped him and was really wrestling him up and everything, you know. And of course, we put her outside for a little while, folks, to give Buddy a little break from her. But because of all this really intense heat and things like that, folks, we have to keep her in here because if you put her outside, she goes out there and lays in the heat. And I'm not sure why she does that or anything, but I keep her in here so she won't be out in the heat. Because her vet said yesterday that they are the type of dogs that they can't hardly survive in the summertime, you know, being outside because the heat hurts them so bad. Well, Saber puts herself in danger by getting out there if she sees or hears anything, you know, she takes off after it over the hill there by the pond. And I don't like for her to do that because then when it's real hot outside, the heat hurts her when she's coming up that hill and stuff. And Pyrenees are real easy to suffer from heat strokes. So you have to be real careful with them. And um, I'm planning on, I've got her an appointment to go next week to get groomed. And we told her vet yesterday that's what we had planned on doing. And he said that was a good idea. That would give her relief from the heat also. But if you put Saber outside after she gets groomed, first thing she does is go over the hill and get in the pond. And she gets her feet all muddy where she weighs out in the pond. So I'll probably give her that bath and just make her mostly stay in and around the house and things like that, so she'll be nice and clean. I mean, she has to go out to use the bathroom and stuff, and sometimes you can't always watch where she goes or anything. But also, I stay conscientious about the ideal that she could get out there and get snake bit too. Because my husband said he was down there working on the fence one day, and he said he seen a big old snake slithering through where he was at. He said it slithered all the way till it got down over the fence and went on over the hill. But, yeah, and I told him, I said, you know, when it comes to being down there at that pond, you have to be careful because there might be cottonmouths down around water like that. And what they do is if it's real hot, folks, if they're up out of water or whatever, they'll coil up next to a tree trunk and disguise themselves. So that's how some people get bit by those cottonmouths. Is they don't see them till it's too late. They'll be just walking along, and that snake will be there, and you know when that person walks by, they might strike them and hit them, you know. But I try to be careful about that kind of stuff, folks, because yeah, they're smart too. They know how to disguise themselves. But I wanted to get on here and say good morning to you all. Hope you're still hope you're still enjoying the channel. And hope you're doing okay, and hope you're keeping yourself busy enough that you don't focus on negativity or anything, folks. And just enjoying things, folks. Just enjoying your life. I've been getting on lately. I still watch the survivor stories of women that suffer from narcissistic abuse, folks. And deep down inside, I'm happy for them that they seen how the narcissist was and they got away from them. Because that's a bad situation, folks, being in a narcissistic relationship. And the reason it's that way, folks, is because we all want somebody to love us, you know. And you want to love them and you want them to love you back. But with a narcissist, folks, love is not in their category. You know, they have no way of knowing how to love. So that's something that you have to come to terms with, too. You know, if you got somebody that you love dearly and you're hoping, praying that they love you back, but they're all about themselves and they don't have no respect for you or treat you the way that you should be treated, then, you don't need them, folks. You've heard that saying, you can be miserable all by yourself. Well, that's a true saying, folks, because I tried that for 2 years, and really and truly it went the opposite for me, folks. That was the best 2 years I had. I spent that totally alone, narcissist free. And I tell you, folks, I was able to do what I wanted to, when I wanted to, and didn't have to answer to no one. And yeah, sometimes if you're living by yourself like that, you think about that kind of stuff, folks. And it also helps you get in touch with yourself and teaches you things about yourself that you didn't know. And it makes you realize that freedom from a narcissist is the best thing that ever was, folks. Because narcissists will take advantage of you in every way, shape, and form, folks. And they don't have no love or empathy at all. Don't ever expect them to be. But, I know that firsthand. I don't play victim or anything like that, folks. It's like I said, when you are in a narcissistic relationship, you're automatically a victim, okay? Because you were lonely, you were looking for somebody that you loved, you were looking for somebody that you wanted to love. And you're the empathetic person, and you know what love is and everything. And then all of a sudden you spring up and find this narcissist who is incapable of loving. They're incapable of loving their children. And they're all about themselves, folks. They think they're above the law. And there's just a lot of things about them that some people that has never encountered one would even know. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people get took advantage of by these guys, folks. They could mess your life up and turn it upside down, And especially if you have children with them, or if you have money or anything of value, they will take advantage of everything in that way too, folks. I've never really had money, and I guess I should feel lucky that I didn't at that time, because I probably would have had that taken too. But I get up every day, folks, and I thank God that I got out of that situation. There's women, some women are not that lucky, folks. Some women will stay with the narcissist till they wind up killing them, and that's unfortunate. Because that narcissist has a way of drawing that woman in and making them think that they're the only ones that can help that woman and take care of her and be there for her. And he convinces that woman of that. Sorry, folks, I've got a bad cough. I can't get rid of it. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and say good morning to you all. And I'm ranting on. I hope you guys have a good day and a blessed day too. You got this, folks. Bye-bye.